Welcome to this special business discourse where we look at critical issues around the business and enterprise space. We meet to discuss this is Ms. Funke Medun. She's the CEO of Leap World. They have been doing a great job supporting businesses, micro, small, and medium level, and also HR support. Great to have you, Ms. Medun.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. Today we'll be looking at something very interesting, and that's about attracting talents, which is very important to growing businesses, whether it's at a micro, small, or medium level. And recently I looked at a report from the World Economic Forum, and it said that Nigeria was not in the first 100 countries that attract or even retain talents globally. I was really disturbed by that, but I would just like to ask you, as an expert, what could be the reasons for this?
You're not alone, but we should not be surprised. Yeah, a lot of people are disturbed. So why I say you are not alone is that a lot of people are disturbed, but that's the reality. So generally, about 75% of MSMEs find it challenging to attract and retain talents for their business. What are some of the challenges they have? So a lot of small businesses don't have the financial might that maybe the large corporates would use to engage consultants, that will help to get some of these great talents from the pool. Then a lot of MSMEs also, for example, apart from engaging external support, a lot of them cannot afford to pay much for very good hands, you see. And if you look at the people we have in the workforce, the millennials that a lot of the micro and small businesses will want to attract. They like the reward now, so they like to have the reward now.
Okay, gone are those days.
Yes, so you don't want to wait for any business to grow forever and believe in the forever vision before you start reaping. They want the reward now. A couple of things also, because at the stage of their business, a lot of people also don't have right structures in place to want to make people to come in. Imagine something, I usually give an illustration that if you want to go to a party and people want to go if you want to go to a party, what would determine whether you would attend that party? You look at a few things.
The environment.
The environment.
Yes. How I'm welcomed.
Exactly. Yeah. So most of the small businesses don't have these basic structures in place to attract people to want to work with them. Okay, so they have their own challenges. That
revolves around business planning, effective business planning.
Well, that's one of the things they have.
Yeah.
Another thing is because they are small, at that stage of growth, you are still even trying to find your feet and survive. So a lot of things will start playing out for them, especially the ones that didn't start with proper planning in place. Or as you grow with some things. You know, some people start forming their structure as they grow, and these are some of the reasons why some of these talents, you don't want to come and be doing R&D with your career, So there are a couple of challenges that MSMEs have.
Now you just mentioned millennials, and millennials are going to play a very key role. By 2050, the analysis is that they'll constitute over 70% of the workforce. So how can they really engage the millennials?
Awesome question, and very important. What should we be doing? So, like some people will say that if you plan to fail, you're failing to plan. So we can't deny the fact that the bulk of the workforce are millennials. What that means also is that we as businesses need to prepare for the life of the millennials. So a lot of things that we have in the traditional business and work environment, we need to be, we will need to, I don't want to say totally change, maybe adapt them to accommodate
somewhat
the millennials.
Dynamic.
Yes, we have to be dynamic. So even the way we engage them is different. So we have to introduce a lot of things. We have to study the trend and look at some of the things we can introduce into the workplace. There has to be engagement. We have to engage them their way. They are very techy. They like their flexibility. So the future of work is also changing. Future workplace is no longer a place where you and I will come every day, resume 7 o'clock and leave 10 o'clock. Yes, I know that some kind of work will mean that people need to be coming, but these people like their freedom, they like their flexibility. We tried something in the office this morning. We were trying to plan work from home day.
Okay, that kind of flexi
work. So we wanted to see how people would be able to accommodate that and be able to still deliver on their deliverables. So meaning that if they want flexibility and they can deliver on their deliverables, that's awesome. So these are some of the things we need to start looking at. How do we engage them? Employee engagement is very important. It's a key thing in managing the millennials, or even workforce generally, that businesses should start looking at. So we have to be dynamic too.
Yeah, I mean, you talked about flexi work, innovation and all that. How are you seeing the role from what you've been doing with your company and support businesses? Technology is here with us too. How is it helping also in improving that level for which we can really attract and retain talent?
Okay, so from the attracting part, what I used to say to a lot of people like my business, I'm also a small growing business, is that you need to be attractive. So let's look at that illustration I gave, that someone invited you to a party. What determines whether you'll go or not? You look at maybe the IV sent to you, maybe the venue of the party. You know, you will go and check a few things out. So gone are those days where MDs of companies or small businesses will say, oh, I don't like to be in the public. Public is the place to be now. In fact, that is the place we should be. We should start by having presence online. You need to have a presence online. Something as simple as being on social media. If you don't have a website, no matter how small you are, you need to have maybe a Facebook page as a business. Don't even put yourself there. We don't want to know about your life, but we want to know what your business is doing. Why should I work with you? People should be able to even understand. If you say Leap World, I should be able to go online and search Leap World. So when I search for you, and I'll see what Leap World is doing. That's the first thing. So when you call people to come and work for you, a lot of them, before they even attend your interview, they are checking your company out. So what information do you have? Do you have some bragging rights? You know, you have to sell your company. And so look at the place of technology. Social media is cheap for us to be able to achieve that. So we need to put our best foot forward and put our business there in public for this talent that we want to attract to even be able to find us. Right?
Yes.
So that's the first step. And that's where technology and the social media space can help some of us to achieve that. So they are now in the company. Let me give you something that that used to amuse me when I was in the bank. We used to have a team leader that bought, then when BlackBerry was new, when it came out, bought a BlackBerry phone for all the team members.
Oh, that's very
They were excited. Oh, my manager bought me BlackBerry. But do you know what they will be doing with that BlackBerry phone? They'll be working even after the office is closed, because you can easily work continues. And look at the place of technology. So if you say you are not at work, you should be able to continue your work.
Yes.
So what are we doing with technology? A lot of people form WhatsApp group. You can even form a WhatsApp group for your small business. And, you know, you can
communicate, timelines, work deadlines.
You know, people can collaborate. I love technology and the impact of technology in, you know, helping small businesses to even attract and retain talent. They like gadgets. Do you know that sometimes we're in the office, when I remember a delivery, but I don't need to walk to the person's office, I will just go to that WhatsApp group and say, Yetunde, how far with this and this? And they will answer you. You understand? They like that.
These are very interesting things.
Oh, yes.
And as we look at the future for Nigeria, say 2-3 years from now, hoping that this whole narrative of us not being the top 100 changes, what would you like to see? I know you've been involved advising, giving the support to business and all that. What would you like to see in change that will really bring that attraction? A lot of young people, some of them even school abroad, they would like to come back to the country to work, but sometimes they just go to other countries and give their service.
So I'll go back to that my party analogy. The first thing is for businesses to even start having a great presence online. That's where we should start from.
Online?
Yes. Okay. So we need to be present online. These young people go online, they check, that's where they start information from. Don't be an old school business.
businesses should be dynamic.
Dynamic.
Yeah.
So you have to be visible. Okay, I'm not saying that we should say what we are not online. I mean, we can be as genuine and as truthful as we want to be, but let people even know what we're. Let them find us. Okay, and if they now join your company, you have to start thinking of how do we retain and engage them. We need to sell our vision. So recently, I was working. I worked with a couple of women businesses, about 1,000 of them in batches of, 10 batches in total.
That's massive.
Yes, it is. So about average of 100 per group. It was an online engagement that we were having, and we were talking about attracting and retaining talent. And one of the things that I saw from what they were saying is a lot of people find it difficult to attract talent. Sometimes a lot of people have people coming, they don't stay. Some people are so afraid of people taking over their business that when those people come and you train them, they will leave and be your competition.
Yeah.
Anybody can be your competition. You should even be your own competition anyway. I do. So if you, and some question I say, what if you don't train them and they stay? You understand? So that record you are looking at, even we, the business owners, we should start by investing in the workforce pool. Because if we don't train the people that are coming in, we will take what we find on ground. We should attract interns. We should support the education system. We should collaborate with schools and let people come and do intern with us.
But on a final note, what word would you like to give young entrepreneurs, particularly millennials? You've talked about them that they're itchy to grow. What would you like to advise them on?
So what I would like to tell the millennials is that it's good to serve. It is actually, if you want to lead, because what I hear a lot of them is, what do you want to do? I would like to set up my own business in 3-5 years' time. So for the ones that, because they like their independence, okay,
yes,
and they're
definitely.
very enterprising. Yeah. So serve, at least learn so that you can also be served. And you see, when you work for other people and you do it very well, you will be building your own skills. You'll be learning what not to do when you start your own. So just be committed. And there's always a reward for hard work and loyalty at that period. Okay? If everybody start their own business now, who is going to work for others? So you do your bit at that time for the millennials, since I'm talking to them. Do it very well at that time so that when you start your own, you always have that reward too. Someone will do your own work very well. And you would have used another person's business to learn. So commit to that period of working for that person and always live on the good notes. Okay, for small businesses, I would say that they need to have a structure that is attractive for talents to come and work. Is it easy? No. But is it something that we can do? Yes, we can. So we need to start thinking. I gave examples of what we keep doing from time to time. But you need to be dynamic. You need to commit to it. You need to see it as something you need to do. Okay, as a matter of, as something that is very important in your business for you to grow sustainably. Yeah.
It has been really wonderful discussing enterprise, particularly as it relates to attracting talent. Very key for our country. Thank you so much, Funke Medun. I mean, I've learned a lot today from you.
My pleasure.
Wishing you all the best as you continue to support business.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you very much.